Hi fashion lovers, welcome back to Fun Fashion YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I am going to teach you how to create this stylish bubble halter dress with chiffon fabric and lining. This dress is elegant, stylish and perfect for any occasion. It's simple, comfortable and super easy to make even as a beginner. If this looks like what you will want to learn how to cut and sew, then you need to watch this video till the end. Please do well to like this video, subscribe to my channel and drop me a nice comment. Now let's dive into the tutorial. For this dress, I am making use of chiffon fabric. Okay, I have 3 yards of chiffon fabric here and 2.5 yards of lining. Okay, in my previous video I made this dress with 2.5 yards of crepe fabric. I also attached a illusion bra to that. You can also check out that video if you want to learn how to make this dress with just 2.5 yards of fabric. Okay, now we are going to start cutting. All right, we will start by cutting the main fabric, which is chiffon. Then we cut on the lining piece. Okay, fold the entire 3 yards of fabric into two. Okay, 2 equal parts. So you have to secure the edges of the chiffon with pins, because you know chiffon is always sliding, so you need to secure the edges with pins. Okay, now that I have folded into two, what I am going to do is to fold in bias form. Okay, like so. My shoulder width is 14 inches. I am going to add extra 1 inch to my shoulder width. Okay, which means I have 15 inches now. So I am going to divide 15 inches by 2. Okay, that is 7.5. So I'm going to come here and mark 7.5. Okay, I am going to check where I have 7.5 and mark it down. So this is my shoulder width plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, the next measurement I'm going to mark now is the full length of the dress. Okay, the full length of my dress is 33 inches. I am going to add extra 12 inches to that length. Okay, so when I add 12 inches to 33 inches, I have 45 inches. Okay, plus 1 inch hemming allowance. Okay, that means I have 46 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 46 inches. Okay, so now that I have marked the full length, I am going to go ahead and cut out. You can notice that one side is on fold here and this side is not on fold. So I'll go ahead and open up the side that is on fold. Okay, so what I am going to do now is to take off one piece, because I have 2 pieces here. That will be my front piece. Okay, and now that will be my back piece. I'll fold it back. For the back piece, I am going to go ahead and mark my shoulder to waist half length. Okay, that is where I want the back to start from the waist half length. All right, so I am going to mark my back half length. You can bring it down if you want it to come down, but I want mine to start from 15 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead and mark 15 inches. That is where I want the back to start from. All right, then I'll go ahead and cut it out. I am going to place the front and the back pieces on my lining piece and cut. Okay, exactly the same length and width. You can see how I place the chiffon on the lining piece, well arranged. I'll go ahead now and cut out exactly the same length and width. Okay, so for the lining piece, I am going to mark out 2 inches from the total length of the lining piece. Okay, so I'll mark down 2 inches because I want the main fabric to be 2 inches longer than the lining piece. Okay, so I'll go ahead and mark out 2 inches. So after marking, I'll go ahead and trim off the 2 inches that I have marked on the lining. So this is what I have. You can see that the lining is now shorter than the main fabric. If you want it to be shorter by 3 inches, you can make it shorter by 3 inches. So now this is what the back piece looks like after cutting the lining piece. you can see that the lining piece is also shorter than the main fabric. Okay, so what we are going to do now is to start stitching. First, we are going to go ahead now and turn the back with the lining piece, okay, so that we can create casing for the elastic. So I am going to bring the lining and the back together and then stitch here, turn it over and stitch ½ inch so that I can create the casing where I will fix in the elastic. Okay, so after joining the back piece and the lining piece together, this is what I have. I have to turn to the right side and then to run a straight stitch of ½ inch, okay, for the elastic casing. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and complete here because I stopped here so that I could show you guys. Okay, so I'll get the elastic tape and measure out my waist circumference divided by 2. My waist circumference is 28, so I'm going to divide it by 2. That means I have 14, but I am going to cut this elastic to 13 inches because I want it to drag into my waist circumference. Okay, now I'll fix in the elastic into the casing that I have created. So this is what the back looks like now. Okay, so I am going to get the front with the lining piece. Okay, so I am going to go ahead now and mark 15 inches. That is where my back half length started from. And I'll go over to my sewing machine now and stitch from that 15 inches to the neckline. Okay, because I want to turn the sides of this front. Okay, from the 15 inches to the neckline, I am going to stitch. And this is what it looks like after stitching from the neckline to that 15 inches that I marked. That is my waistline. Okay, so I am going to turn it to the other side. So this is it. I'll go on now and top stitch the neckline. Okay, so now this is the front piece. I had to press the sides so that they can lay flat. Okay, so what I am going to do now is to mark down where I'll be fixing the elastic. So from the hemline, I am going to mark down 11 inches. Okay, from the hemline, you can fix yours at 12 inches. You can equally fix anywhere you want it to be at. Okay, so I want mine to be at 11 inches from the hemline. So I'll mark down 11 inches from the hemline. So this depends on how much you want left at the hemline. If you want much to be left at the hemline, then you can bring it down. So I'll go ahead and mark down 11 inches. Okay, I want to pin both the lining and the chiffon fabric. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pin. You have to know that when working with chiffon fabric, you need to work with a lot of pins because the fabric slides too much. So I'm going to turn it to the other side and also mark down the 11 inches from the hemline. Okay, before marking, you have to make sure that your fabric is smooth and well arranged. Okay, now go ahead and pin it down. So I'll pin the lining piece and the chiffon together. All right, a piece of the lining piece and the chiffon. Okay, so now this is what I have. I will go ahead and also do the same thing for the back. From the hemline, I'll mark down 11 inches and pin it down. All right, so now this is what I have, the front and the back. So on a second thought, I changed my mind and decided to fix my elastic at 12 inches from the hemline. Okay, so I want to mark the 12 inches instead of the 11 inches that I marked initially. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my sewing machine now and stitch on the line. I will start stitching from 1.5 by the side. I will not stitch to the end. So now after stitching on the chalk line, this is what I have for the front and then the back as well. You can see that I have also stitched on the 12 inches from the hemline. Okay, Then I had to stitch another ½ inch up above the first line as a casing where I'll be fixing the elastic. Okay, to be able to create the casing, all you have to do is just to run another straight stitch either at the top of the 12 inches line or below the 12 inches line. Okay, this is the back, so I am going to be fixing the elastic into this casing now. Okay, if you want, you can top stitch your elastic on top of the line. Okay, in my previous video I top stitched this elastic on top of the chalk line. All right, but in this video I am going to be fixing the elastic into this casing. Okay, if you would like to top stitch the elastic on top of your fabric, you can check out that video, or you can just tell me in the comment section to send you the first video and I'll do that. Okay, we are going to join the front and the back by the sides, so I'll get the front piece and turn to the right side. Then I'll also place the back on top of the front piece with the right sides facing each other. Okay, and then I'll pin the sides. I'm going to be joining only the main fabric, that is the chiffon, first. I will join the chiffon first before I join the lining piece. Okay, so from the hemline I am going to pin the chiffon, only the chiffon fabric. Okay, so you can see that I've gotten to the waistline. So what I am going to do now is to clip on the lining piece. Okay, because I do not want to stitch on the lining piece, so I'm going to clip on the lining piece like ½ inch. All right, when I get to the waistline I am going to stop stitching. This is the waistline, so I'll pin the back from the waistline. Okay, I am stitching only the chiffon fabric now. You can see that for the elastic line I did not stitch to the end. Okay, I had to leave out 1½ inches space here because I knew that I'm going to stitch the sides. Okay, so I'll pin the other side as well. From the waistline down to the hemline I am pinning only the chiffon fabric. Then I'll also clip on the lining piece by ½ inch because I do not want to stitch on the lining piece. Okay, then I'll take it off and pin only the chiffon. So I'm going to go over to my sewing machine now and stitch on the chiffon fabric. Okay, so after joining the sides, this is what I have. I also had to press the seam line open. Okay, it is very important that you press the seam line open. Okay, so what we are going to do now is to join the front and the back lining pieces together. Okay, you can decide to join like this, just the lining pieces. Okay, I don't want to join like this because I want the inside of my dress to be neat. Okay, so what I am going to do now is to turn the lining to the other side like so. Can you see? So I'll flip the lining to the other side. Okay, and then stitch. Okay, so let me go ahead and pin it down. So I'll go on and stitch till I get to the hemline. All right, from the waistline till I get to the hemline. Okay, I am not stitching the fabric, I am stitching only the lining pieces together. Okay, for the other side as well, I am also going to flip the lining to the other side. I don't want to join straight down. Okay, I'll flip the lining to the other side like so and then join. So this is why I had to leave a space here. All right, so make sure that you leave about 2 inches space. The more space you leave, the easier it is for you to stitch the lining pieces together. Okay, now this is what I have. I am going to flip to the right side. So this is what it looks like from the right side, and then the inside. You can see that the inside is also very neat. Okay, so what we are going to do now is to join these lines. Okay, I am going to join the lines from the back to the front. I'll leave a space at the down part where I'll pass the elastic in from. Okay, and for the other side I'll stitch both the top and the down part. Okay, because I need just one space for the passing of the elastic, so I'm going to join the lines. Okay, so now this is what I have. You can see that I've joined the lines together, okay, leaving a space here where I'll pass in the elastic. To cut out the elastic, I am going to use my waist circumference, okay, to cut out the elastic. So my waist is 28. I am going to cut the elastic to 28 inches, okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and pass the elastic into the casing that I have created, okay. So I'll pass it in from here. You have to use pin to hold the elastic down so that it does not slide into the casing, okay. So you have to hold it down with pin. So this is it. If you get to this point, you might find it difficult to pass the elastic. So if you have that challenge, all you have to do is to loosen the stitches a little bit so that you can be able to see the direction of your pin. Then you pass it in and keep passing it. So you can see that I have gotten to the starting point, okay. So all I have to do is to bring out the elastic. This is where I started from. So I'll bring out the elastic and stitch them together here, okay. So you can see that I have already stitched the elastic together. So I'm going to let it slide into the casing. Then this remaining space, I am going to go ahead now and stitch that line, join the line together. I will not stitch on my elastic. Make sure that you do not stitch on your elastic, okay. So I'm going to spread it and stitch on the line to join the lines together, but make sure that you avoid your elastic. Do not stitch on your elastic. So now this is what it looks like, okay. So you can see that I've already stitched to join the lines. All I will do now is to distribute the elastic evenly on the dress, okay. We will continue with the neckline. So I am going to pleat the neckline to 7 inches. So this is the neckline after pleating into 7 inches, okay. I had to also cut out a strip, a long strip. The strip depends on how long you want it to be and how bold you want it to be. Mine is 2.5, okay, by 31 inches on both sides because I indicated the middle of the strip, okay. I had to leave out 7 inches space here at the middle part, and I stitched from here to the ending, okay, on both sides. So I had to indicate the middle part. That means I have 3.5 on each side, okay. So I'm going to go ahead now and turn it out. I'll go over to my ironing board and give it a very good press, okay. After ironing, this is what I have. So what I am going to do now is to pin this strip around the neckline, okay, starting from the middle part. So I'm going to go over to my sewing machine now and join the strip to the neckline, and I will also top stitch on it, okay, like so. So this is the neckline after fixing the strip around the neckline. So the last thing I'm going to do now is to hem the dress, okay. You can weave the dress, you can equally fold in and hem, okay. I am going to fold in and hem. And now our dress is ready, beautiful and neatly made. Don't forget to like this video, hit on the subscribe button if you have not subscribed, turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload a new tutorial you'll be notified. Share this video to other friends who may need this tutorial. See you in the next one.